here, and in today's video, we're going to be doing episode 3 of Building Hoth. But before we get started, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe down below for more, as all your support is very much appreciated. So now, let's get started. In this episode of Hoth, we didn't get as much done as we did in the last episode. All we really did was build a couple new sets, just some smaller ones, and we put in some of the Imperial figures. Actually, all of the Imperial figures that don't come in the AT-AT set. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at everything that we've got going on. So most of the progress in this MOC actually came on the Imperial side of the battlefield, but I do want to start with the Rebel side, as we did add a few things. And the first little thing that I want to start with is inside the cave. A fellow LEGO YouTuber, New Brickerton, actually suggested we put some animals in there. So I did put some little baby raptors in there for now, just until I can find a better, more suitable animal for it. But yeah, there will be some animals in that cave, which is pretty awesome. And then moving on, we did build the 4+ Snowspeeder set, which had a few different builds that are included in this MOC right now, but don't necessarily have to be if you guys don't like them. So the first of which is this dish turret, and I do think that ice piece kind of stands out. So if I were to leave the turret in, I think I would remove the ice and maybe move it back on the wall, or just put it anywhere else besides the middle of the battlefield. But I think the turret itself doesn't look half bad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the turret and if it should be included. The other thing is this speeder bike, which I do have crashed right now on this little snow mound, but it is a very different build than the other speeder bikes that we have in the MOC. So if we put it back together here, let you kind of get an idea of what it looks like. This is what it looks like, and it's not a very good build. It's very clunky, doesn't look too great. And I thought I could just include it as like a little wreckage, kind of like what I did, or I could just take it out and not include it at all, which would be okay too. Let me know what you guys think of that down below. And then the biggest part that I was actually worried about, but I'm not too worried about it anymore, is actually the Snowspeeder. And it is a little bit on the smaller side, as you can see with the figure inside it, but I think it does scale pretty well with the MOC. Like, if we took a step back and looked at it from this view, I think that Snowspeeder doesn't look too bad, especially compared to that smaller scale AT-ST, and we'll have the smaller scale AT-AT as well. So, let me know what you guys think about that whole set in general, and if I should include it, if I shouldn't, and just your overall thoughts on it. Now we'll move on to the fun stuff, which is the Imperial Attack. So down here, we have a multitude of different troopers. I did decide to include the range troopers from Solo. We got some shadow troopers, scout troopers, officers, the turret from the snow trooper battle pack, a little mound from that set, just a few snow troopers running around, another range trooper. You have a scout trooper with a gold gun, which is a Clone Army custom gun. Thought that was a pretty cool piece to add. One of the older shadow troopers, more different snow troopers, and this is one of the ones that I think might be a little bit controversial. I did actually include the shadow troopers here as well, from the dark troopers, from the Dark Trooper Battle Pack set. And I'm not 100% sure if I want to include them in the MOC yet or not. I do really like the figures, but I don't know if they really fit with this. Right now I kind of have one of them holding up a Rebel Trooper, probably about to kill him. But yeah, let me know what you think about that inclusion as well. Then moving on from that, we do have two different speeder bikes, the older style and then the newer style. I'm not sure which I like better, but I do only have one of the older style, and I will end up having two newer ones since one does come in the AT-AT set. So I think if I end up taking out the old one, I will still use both new ones, but I may just leave all three. I'm not 100% sure yet. Then we just have some more troopers over here. You Web Blaster, one of the older ones that actually came in the same set as this turret and the Tauntaun. And then we have the ATST, which is from the Endor Bunker set, also from 2009. And this ATST is one of my favorite ATSTs LEGO's ever came out with. The scale of it, though not minifigure scale, works very well with the size MOCs that I do, since I'm not like Rich Boy J or the Brick Wiz, anybody like that that's making these crazy 50 by 50 baseplate MOCs that takes up a whole house. I'm just doing small stuff, and I think a smaller ATST works very nicely for that. So this would definitely be included in the MOC long term. Obviously it probably won't be in the middle, as that's probably where the AT-AT is going to be, but yeah, that is one of my favorite pieces that I own in my LEGO collection, and will definitely be included in this MOC. But yeah, that's it for the Imperial side. One thing I am kind of concerned about is just the sheer number of Imperial troops, because if we look, the Empire outnumbers the Rebels almost 2 to 1, which I think is pretty accurate to the Battle of Hoth, but it does look a little bit weird in this scale, especially once we get the AT-AT. So let me know what you guys think. Should I scale back the number of troops on the Empire side just to kind of balance it out a little bit more, or do you think I should leave it as an absolutely overwhelming force? Because obviously, if you guys have seen Empire Strikes Back, you know the Rebels do lose the Battle of Hoth. They do manage to take down a couple AT-ATs, but overall it is a loss for the Rebellion. And I think showing an overwhelming force of Stormtroopers will kind of get that point across, but at the same time it does make it look a little bit uneven. So let me know what you guys think about that. But that's going to do it for the MOC, so let's go ahead and close out the video. So yeah, overall, I'd say this is a pretty successful update for the Hoth MOC. Let me know what you think about the number of Imperial troops that we have on the battlefield right now. Let me know if you think it's just right, or if we should maybe tone it back a little bit, especially since we will have an AT-AT there as well. And also let me know what you think of the 4+ nose speeder, and if it should be included in this MOC, or if I should just leave it out because it's too small of a scale. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. SuperBricks37, signing off.